Okay. Woo! Ready to start off with the questions, Vadim? Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah, so just before we start, I want to say that this is the first iteration of the white paper. It's like a sort of a compilation of all the previous Medium articles that we posted. There is some new information, but obviously a lot of missing. And I already like read your questions. There are a ton of these questions. Most of them related about the things that are not specifically and very like precisely described in the white paper. And I assure you, this information will be disclosed in the future updates of the white paper of the wiki. So yeah, with that said, I think we can start.
Okay. Well, that was very smart, Vadim, by the way. Thank you for saying that initially. Very well done. Very well done. This is a safe space here. The community is very kind and nice, but they're hungry. They're hungry. We're gonna feed you guys the best we can. Okay, question 1. Coming in hot from Will224S from The Alchemist. Question 1. Within the white paper, discounts to recharging of badges is mentioned for owning Alpha Pass NFTs. Do these discounts stack? And if they do, is there a limit to how much of a discount you can receive?
So actually, the discount mechanic can be found in multiple assets within the game. So not only for the alpha pass contents, but also like the stadiums grant these discounts. And I think as it is like by how it is designed right now, then they're gonna work that like you're gonna pick the highest discount that you got. It's not stacking, because if we're gonna stack this can become really fast, really ridiculous. So I think at least currently this is like the highest discount chance based on the rarity, based on the quality of the item that you have. It just applies to like this discount because, and like to be honest, we currently designing the UX for like the Web3 elements and managing Web3 elements. There are a lot of edge cases like this, and we want to address them. So hopefully, like in the next several weeks, we're going to publish like special UI elements, like UI snapshots, screenshots of how it's going to be managed. And this is one of those edge cases. So basically, how you apply discounts that you can find on different assets to those Web3 mechanics. So at least for now, it's like there's the highest bidder basically wins.
Okay, great clarification. The next question from Wills states verbatim, it claims there will be an increase in rarity by 1 tier on Alpha Pass fighters and weapons. Why was this not implemented onto the Alpha boss skins too?
So I think this is actually what we were discussing this week with the team. With the introduction of the PC boss mode, those alpha boss skins might become handy, like to do some giveaways, airdrops. So, and we have a lot of them actually in reserves. And I'm talking about the free stuff. So basically, that we have those free passes, free boss passes. So we have a lot of them. We don't want to like inflate the supply and decrease the supply too much, because we still want to have an opportunity to do giveaways and airdrops for new players and new community members in the next coming months, as we introduce this PC boss mode and like introduce more economy mechanics and so on. So I think this is just a decision based on some marketing calculations and like how many assets do we need actually to make this sustainable and to make it work.
Perfect. Well done, Vadim. Well done. All right. Next questions now are coming from Ferocis. Ferocis asks, will there be NFT skins we can craft for the boss weapons as well as the fighter weapons?
Absolutely. 100%.
100%, folks. Easy peasy. Okay, this question, though, this one gets a little more difficult, Vadim. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right.
Let me take a sip.
This one comes from Merlin the Alchemist. We love Merlin. We appreciate Merlin. We're grateful, Merlin. Here we go. Merlin states the following. Not really too much more than what we got from the mediums. It looks simply made, and it looks like it is not finished to me. What in this is new that was not already in the medium articles? Why do we have to log in to see some of the aspects of this? And why was it postponed because of graphics?
Okay, so very good question. Yeah, I very much like it, Merlin, how you pose the questions. They're always challenging and always interesting to answer.
100%.
So yeah, indeed, a lot of information in the wiki is a compilation of what we had in the Medium articles, but actually there are a few things that are quite exclusive. And as I mentioned, like before we started this AMA, we're gonna add more information to the wiki as the time goes, as we flesh out and like basically calculate all the intricate details precisely, because like we can preparing for the launch. We like calculate the airdrop plan. We need to know exactly how many tokens we need to airdrop, how many more assets we can airdrop, and this is still like sort of in the making, because this not only depends on like what is the size of the community, but it also depends on some other aspects like the market launch and these things. So this is kind of in the making, but it's coming to the wiki. So for the unique information that was added, I think so we have information about the badges. So yeah, and about the graphics. So I think you can go to the page with the badges, and you see that we have the graphics for the badges. So this is how you're gonna find it, them on the OpenLoot marketplace, and also the base efficiency of the badges. So this is what we added. So like it's percentage based. Everything starts with a common. It's like 100%, and then like every next badge is getting like more and more efficiency. And as you can see, like the common uncommon badge is 205%. So it's always better to have a better rarity badge than two previous ones, basically. So this information, like we also added information about disposable badges. We don't have full information about the stadiums, and I'm gonna tell you why this is, because so although we pretty much know what kind of utilities there will be for the stadiums, we encountered some technical problems on the third party side, like namely with the Twitch, because it's heavily interlinked with our Twitch extension. I know, Ryan, you saw the Twitch extension, but unfortunately, with this all stuff happening with the Twitch, we can't get past the approval process. So that's why we're not pushing the information about the stadiums, because like if it drags for too long, we might need to rethink some of the things. Hopefully, we don't need to do this. But yeah, this is another reason why there is not like full information disclosed in the wiki. But as I said, we're gonna add this more, so there will be like the next iteration with more details about like how many basically like regarding the badges, like the profitability. So the same information will be for the contracts. So all this information will be added bit by bit to the wiki, and like long before the launch, you're gonna have the full picture.
Well done. Well done, Vadim. Yeah, that was tough. That's why we love Merlin, though. Merlin always comes out and he asks the real raw questions, man. Merlin, we hope that was sufficient. Hope you enjoyed that. And yes, guys, there's a lot more coming. And we just really hope, this white paper does provide a lot of context and value and information, because we always want to have trust and transparency with you guys 100%. And we thrive on that.
And yeah, and yeah, 100%. So you guys are here like OGs, basically. You are with us for all this time. But think of what's happened like in the last 3 weeks. We basically got like 40,000 more people in Discord. So
Yeah.
this is more for the new guys, and I think it provides like a general context, general overview of like what this game is, how it works, how the economy is going to work. So yeah, all in one place. Obviously, more information will be added to the wiki.
Perfect. Okay, moving on now to Katron of the Alchemist. Katron! I think Katron's new to the Alchemist now. Congratulations, Katron. If I remember, they were looking for a home in the last playtest. Maybe the playtest before. I could be mistaken, but I feel like I'm pretty damn good at knowing all the Alchemists, even though there's like 213 of them in existence now. Which, again, huge kudos to the Alchemist gang. We love them. #1 guild and boss fighters, hands down. Questions from Katron. Here we go. Quite a bit, Vadim, but pretty easy answers for most of them. So here we go. #1, will we get fusion cores from dismantling collectibles from the giveaway?
all collectibles, when dismantled, give you fusion cores, some amount.
Perfect. Perfect. Number 2. Will the PC? Oh, I love this question, Vadim. Okay, this is okay. Here we. Oh, this is good. Okay, will the PC fighters ever feature melee weapons at any point in the game's life cycle?
Well, maybe. Yeah. So actually, I like maybe a few town halls ago, I mentioned that there will be things which we call tools for fighters, and maybe some of them will be in the form of melee weapons. I don't know. You have to wait and see.
That's good. No, that's good. And again, guys, if you remember, like, okay, this is good, Vadim. Like a lot of town halls ago, everyone kind of remembers, one really good thing about sci-fi. We always promote sci-fi here, but sci-fi is literally just one of the most active bots in the community. But Sci-Fi High always comes up with like unique gameplay experiences. And one thing that Sci-Fi High does really well is blocking entrances and or exits into buildings with items.
Right.
And so, that's all we're gonna say. Just we hear the community, we know the community, and we know what people want, and we are always open to giving you guys what you want.
So kudos to Sci-Fi High for like making this strategy viable thing and inspiring us to make a counter strategy for fighters.
I love it. Well done, Vadim. Okay, number 3. This one comes from Katron again. What is the vault you are referring to when you say holding BFT tokens in the vault unlocks access to gated content? Is this just having tokens in your account, or is this a different feature like staking?
So the vault is a technical term that OpenLoot uses. So essentially, the OpenLoot account, this is like regarded as a vault, and we rely on the OpenLoot technology for that. Yeah, basically holding this on an account will unlock additional benefits.
Perfect. All right, now this dives into they dive into some Rowdy's NFT topics. Do you want me to just let these fly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Number 1. From them. So, in a recent update, it was mentioned that to showcase the true value of Rowdy's NFTs, their Rarity and Open Loot will be upgraded to the top 5, moving from mythic to unique based on their title trait. With this context, I have the following questions. Number 1, will the rarities of these NFTs in Magic Eden also be adjusted to reflect this change?
I don't think so, because rarities, there is no such thing as rarities on Magic Eden. There are titles, the attributes titles. And according to these attributes, we assign rarities on OpenLoot. And yeah, we screwed up initially. We assigned the rare rarity to all the rarities, and we're working on like reassigning the rarities according to the titles of the rowdies, like in the next few weeks, basically. So it's just because it's just a technical thing to do. It's not like we can instantly like upgrade all of them to like different rarities, because it's like a little bit more technical. So once we figure this out, the rarities will be updated as stated in the announcement.
Perfect. Then their follow-up question to that was, if the rarities do not change in Magic Eden, once the value perk attribute is unveiled, will the NFTs achieve a similar level of this trait as those with upgraded rarities in Open Loot Marketplace?
So the value perk is an attribute that appears on the Ethereum blockchain, because I think OpenLoot operates on ERC 721 standard NFTs. And so when you transfer them from Solana, you essentially burning them on Solana and reminting them on ERC 721. And at this instance, we reassign the attribute. So as you already seen, like there were no value perks at all, and then they appeared like an unknown value perk. So this is how it's done. Like we can assign these attributes while we operate within the OpenLoot ecosystem. And yeah, that's like I don't see this like as a limitation, because like this just gives us so many opportunities in many other ways. But yeah, those attributes they are assigned only if the item is open world marketplace.
Okay. And then their final question in correlation to that as well is the following. Given the rarity upgrade in open loop, are there plans to introduce new or unique value perks for rowdy NFTs in the near future to further differentiate them within the game's ecosystem?
Very good question, and the answer is all the like alpha stage assets, like the rowdies, the Genesis collection, the alpha pass contents. They will all receive like sort of the enhanced value perks, and the value perks. I think if you like dive deep into the one of the pages in the wiki says how they calculate it. Basically, it's like the point system. So like the value perk can have like 500 points, and like there will be actually like this is what we actually want to post in a few updates to the wiki, like the table, like the spreadsheet that shows you how many points do you need to get this kind of bonus for your BFT token yield, for like the flex yield and other resources yield. So those value perks, they say what you need to do, and they have like the points value. So the value perks on the rowdies and the alpha pass contents will be enhanced, and that means the points will be multiplied by a certain factor. So that means you're basically getting like an instant upgrade to your like potential resource yield.
Well done. Well done. Okay, Vadim. We answered that one very clear and concise. Now we got some pretty if we can't answer any of these, just let me know, of course. So we have a lot now coming in from Overlord Alchemist, again, very active member of the community. Love Overlord. Absolutely popping off for the Alchemist Guild. Very appreciative of them. Here are their following questions. Question number 1. Do discounts on arena invites from multiple items stack? Like, do the discounts from 5 rowdies add up, or is the highest discount trait applied?
So yeah, it's similar to what I like previously said. So I think currently the design is that the highest is applied, the highest discount is applied.
Perfect. Number 2, will the BFT token be on Ethereum or Solana or both?
So I have to double check with this OpenLoot and their roadmap, and we're talking to them. Currently they support like the Ethereum blockchain, but they also, I think, they also support deposits on Solana blockchain for USDC at least. So yeah, I have to double check with them whether they like will support the Solana token. So probably we can have it on Solana. So not sure, not quite sure right now. I'm not ready to answer these questions just yet, but the information will be disclosed like before the token launch, like month or two before the token launch for sure.
Okay, good. Number 3, will airdrop badges and showrunner contracts correspond to the rarity of the item? For example, will mythic rowdies get mythic badges? Will the airdrop badges be the disposable ones or the rechargeable ones?
Very good question. I like this question very much. So first thing, if it doesn't say you getting a disposable badge as an airdrop, that means you getting a normal badge, right? So the one that is immutable and can be recharged, basically used forever. So it's harder to answer the question of whether they will correspond to rarities, because like let's imagine you have the rowdy and Uberstoic has the legend rowdy. Basically, this is the unique item. So there can be only one unique badge in the game. And we love you very much. And yeah, I know that you minted this rowdy, legend rowdy, this guy, that's the golden guy. I told this story many times how I was sitting and basically making this golden guy myself, because I'm also a tech guy. But unfortunately, we cannot airdrop you the unique badge because there can only be one unique badge, and we still want the economy to be like to moving forward. We want players to like draft those badges. So I think the better solution here is to airdrop multiple badges based on the rarity of your rowdy or an alpha fighter or like the boss, the tournament boss. So that's how it's going to work. And again, this is the information to be added in the further updates to the wiki.
Perfect, Vadim. Yeah, man. Uber Stoic, man. Vadim holds that legend very close to his heart. That fighter skin, that that's damn near an origin story, for Vadim. So that we love that. We love that you have that, man. And cheers, buddy. 100% cheers to you. Question number 4, Vadim, coming in hot. Now, will the discount for Rowdies and Alpha Tournament skins match with Rarity, or will they be different despite being of the same rarity? Similarly for boosted BFT yields.
Okay, so let me think about this a little. Let's unpack it like one by one. So
yep.
Can you repeat the first part?
Yep. Will the discount for Rowdies and Alpha Tournament skins match with Rarity?
Yeah, so basically the higher the rarity, the higher the discount.
Okay. And then the second part was, or will they be different despite being of the same rarity? Similarly for BFT yields.
I think that the higher the rarity, the better the bonus you get. So we want to keep things simple actually here. So don't want to confuse ourselves or anyone else.
Yep. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. Okay, well done. Number 5. Ooh, good question. Especially for the Alchemist. Will there be any perks for the Boss Alchemist guild skin?
Absolutely. So what kind of rarity the Alchemist skin right now is? It says Legend or Mythic. It's Legend. Okay, so you're gonna get a guaranteed Legend value perk on the skin. So at least that. So we can think about like adding like additional like multiplier to this value perk. But this is the whole point of those cosmetic digital collectibles actually. So if you read carefully the wiki and the previous articles, you get so you can see that there is a clear benefit of having digital cosmetics NFTs because you get a guaranteed rarity perk. And if you just craft items, let's say you have the boss weapon thing, like you craft it together, you merge it, and when you progress up to the rarity, yes, you get a new perk, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you get the perk of the same rarity that you progress into towards. So you getting like the rare item, it doesn't mean that you're getting a rare perk in this case. There is a chance that you get this. And this is where you like spend those variators, you spend those like reinforces to play with the perks, basically with the perk selection. But having a cosmetic item converted into a digital collectible guarantees you like the same rarity. So basically, that's how it works. And you can think about the tournament skins. They were upped like to high rarities. So those will also have corresponding rarity value perks.
Perfect, Vadim. I love that. I know the Alchemists are getting hype, and guys, if you guys don't know about this yet, Merlin's been talking about it a bit, but I am happy to say and announce that we will be working myself, obviously representing Boss Fighters. We will be working with Merlin. Merlin is going to be running an Alchemist Boss Fighters tournament where he's going to be giving away the prizes. The prizes are in fact going to be that legendary Alchemist skin. So I'm going to help him with the event. I'm going to help him manage the event. I'm going to be helping cast the event, etc. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be incredible. Obviously, we want to make sure that we support as much as we can. But hearing that it's going to have the legend value perk with it, that's pretty damn good. To put it bluntly, guys. So awesome things. Stay on the lookout for that. Big shout out to Alchemist for one, getting that skin, having that skin made, and then achieving getting the collection of that skin as well. It's huge. It's massive. You love to see it. All right, Vadim, ready for next question?
Yep.
All right, number 6. What is the percent allocation for the BFT token for airdrops, team allocation, and game rewards?
Okay, so basically, this is a question about the tokenomics, and
Yep.
it's not specifically disclosed in the white paper for a reason. So we know exactly the supply. It's going to be 1 billion tokens. We have we are pretty much sure what will be like the listing price, the listing valuation. Uh, so, but uh, once we're ready to announce this, because like the economy changed a lot over like the past 2 years when we developed this the whole game, and the tokenomics changed quite a bit. So when we're ready, we're going to announce this. But I can say that the majority of the tokens is allocated to the rewards pool. So basically, the rewards that you're getting by playing the game with the badges equipped. And I can say you that there is no team or advisory allocation at all. So we don't own any tokens at all, because this is not the business model that we're pursuing actually. So this is, I can say you for sure.
Yep, huge, Vadim. I think that's huge for you guys to know too, community man. Like this is, it's completely fair, right? We want to make sure everything is fair, and we want to make sure everyone has the same opportunity as well. We're not building this game alone. We're building this game, completely and wholeheartedly with each and every single one of you guys. So we want to make sure that, you know, the trust and transparency is always there, and you guys always have our full support, 100%. That you guys truly feel, like you are a part of this game and community that we're building together. Well done, Vadim. All right, next question. Will holding rowdies in my Solana wallet give me rewards, or will only those on open loop be entitled for drops and perks?
The latter. So you have to have them on OpenLoad account.
Perfect. Perfect. Next question. I believe we answered this, but it is worded a bit differently. What level of rarity will the disposable badges correspond to with regards to normal badges? Will there be an option to dismantle these to obtain flex or other premium currencies?
So I think disposable badges, we don't have like any specific idea what kind of rarity, because they are like one of a kind
Yeah.
thing, just like a temporary thing that has a set amount of battles that you can play and a set amount of and a finite amount of rewards you're getting. So yeah, that's basically it. So it's not an NFT essentially, the disposable badge.
Well done. Well done. All right. Next question. Next question. If I get a mythic badge airdrop to my mythic rowdy, will I need a mythic contract to recharge it?
Correct. To recharge mythic badges, you need a mythic contract.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Okay. All right, okay, these next questions are very, token specific here. So again, if you can't answer, all good. Here we go. Number 10. Will there be a sale of BFT tokens prior to the airdrop/after the airdrop? And how will the initial token price be decided?
So the current plan actually is not to do any more sales of the tokens, and move towards like a more fair launch. So instead, focusing more on the airdrops and the community building, and tying those airdrops to the assets that we're gonna sell, and we're gonna do some tournaments in the coming months, especially with the release of the new big update, when we're gonna introduce like this new map, basically like new game systems, player progression, player retention systems. So this is like, it seems like it's the better way to move towards the full launch of the economy, instead of just selling tokens. Rather focus on creating community activations, community events where there's like proxy tokens, let's name them, will be rewarded.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, this next question I think is, even if we can't give specifics, I think it is important that we, discuss it to some extent, because it does have to do with our marketplace. And, Vadim, I know you're obviously up to date with our marketplace and stuff, but that's a big part of, myself and the community is consistently monitoring that marketplace. And, we have an extremely healthy marketplace. Like there are sales every single day. People are picking up everything under the sun, whether it's weapons, whether it's rowdies, whether it's, skins from the Alpha Pass, boss skins, fighter skins, weapon skins, etc. People are picking up something every single day. And so this question is, can we know the ratio of BFT airdropped for different rarities to help us decide which rarity would be a better deal at the given floor prices on OpenLoot?
Well, I can't say it for now, but we're working on, like, as I mentioned at the start of this town hall. So we're working on a very specific and precise airdrop plan with all these calculations, because the most important thing for us is to keep the economy balanced. And that means we need to have a sufficient amount of tokens in the circulation. And these tokens have to be used by a sufficient amount of players to keep the economy alive. And this also corresponds, this also means that there has to be enough amount of, a sufficient amount of assets in the form of digital collectibles, the contracts, the badges. So you can expect more airdrops. You can expect, we're going to share our plans for this airdrops. So what kind of types of airdrops are we getting? How many tokens are getting this or that? But again, we cannot say everything 100% precise, just because one reason is just to keep things a little bit spiced up. So we want to keep things in but obviously you will get a pretty good understanding of what you're gonna get and what you're gonna get before the launch if you hold this or that asset.
Perfect. Okay. Next question. I love this one a lot too. So, will regular matches drop Web3 rewards, or will there be something equivalent to the prestige portals of big time to earn NFTs and or tokens?
Very good question. So I actually don't know if we had time to put the arena mode page in the wiki, but the prestige portals. So you can think about the arena mode as something it's not quite, but in some way it's similar to prestige portals. It's sort of you have a dress code to enter this arena mode. You have this invitation, arena invite, and this is specifically for Web3 users who really want to reap the most rewards out of the game, from the Web3 aspect. So you're gonna have to have certain equipped items. You have those arena invites, and there will be certain rules in this arena mode. So yeah, this is the whole game mode revolving around the specifically Web3 rewards. But in normal game modes, so just you play the game with the badge equipped, and you get in the tokens. You can then spend tokens to craft the items that enhance your that have those value perks that actually enhance your token generation or other resources generation. Or you may not have any badge at all. You just play the game normally, and if you happen to have an OpenLoot account, then you have a chance to get a disposable badge. So this is a super easy entry for a traditional gamer into Web3. You don't need anything actually to get these disposable badges. Just have an account linked to OpenLoot so we can verify you and drop you this disposable badge.
Fantastic. I like this next question a lot too, Vadim, because this is definitely from a fighter's perspective. It's fun. To me, it makes sense, to be honest. So the question is, will fighters be able to deal environmental damage to the boss like the boss can to fighters? Example, shooting an exploding barrel that is in the hand of the boss, causing it to explode and damage the boss instead. Since the boss is able to throw an exploding barrel and hurt us, doesn't it make sense for the fighter to be able to hurt the boss by shooting the barrel as well?
I can say that we are working on something on something that will help you to deal sort of the environmental damage to the boss. Yeah. So this comes back to the two tools that fighters will have and the counter strategies that these tools allow you to enforce on the boss. like sci-fi high.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Okay, all right. Now we're getting to some very, very, very new, different questions. Now this one comes from Velrux, and we've already answered this a little bit, but a little clarity, of course, would probably help. Velrux, a very amazing active member of our community, as always. Super appreciative of him. He asked, "Why did we not include information about the airdrops in the white paper? Will they?" What will the airdrops be like, or did we cancel airdrops completely?
No, there will be airdrops. So like, and I want to like just set the stage here. So you like have to understand that we need those airdrops. It's not like whether we want them to do or we don't want them to do. We actually need to do these airdrops
Yeah.
because to kickstart the economy, we need a sufficient amount of assets in the circulation. We need a sufficient amount of tokens in the circulation. It's just a matter of figuring out like which assets are getting what kind of airdrops and how we structure this, not only like in the particular details, but how we spread this over time. So we still have like several months before we launch the game economy, the token launch. So like these things are all still like in the making. Like we're working really hard to calculate these things. Like Alex is here, so he's working around the clock to make the ends meet in the economy, so everything is balanced. So we need to do this stuff, and there will be airdrops. Information will be disclosed about the airdrops, so you're gonna get the information about this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Alex, happy to have you up here, buddy. He made it, Vadim. He made it. Man of his word. Man of his word. Alex, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm here. I had some connection issues, but now it's okay.
No worries, man. We're happy. We're happy to have you here as always, man. The community was asking about you. They missed you, Alex. I told them you're like a unicorn. You know, when you appear, you know, they know something crazy is about to go down. Something hype's happening. So they love it, Alex. Okay. Next question. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep, I got you. Next question. Yeah. I'm trying to run through these. See, okay, Vadim, first off, I'm very happy we did it in this structure because I'm really trying to make it so we don't run over time today. But it's going to be tough because there are a ton of questions. But we're doing great thus far. All right, you still feeling strong, Vadim? You're feeling good?
Yeah. Let me just take another sip, and I'm ready for another one.
There you go. No worries. Okay. Whew. Next one comes from Mahmoud. Are there any limitations or restrictions on which digital collectibles can be merged? Or is it possible to merge any two identical items regardless of their rarity?
So you can merge. I think this is like the good time for Alex to step in, and I'm gonna go pour myself a little bit more water.
There you go.
Yeah, sure. So you can merge any two identical items of the same rarity. So, for example, not unique, obviously, you cannot merge unique items, but for example, two common strikers, they will be combined into one uncommon striker. Then you can take two rare strikers and get one, what's next one? Epic, right? Epic striker. And more and more till you reach the unique level. And in Wiki, we mentioned the supply of each item. So if you see 5,000 common items, it doesn't mean 5,000 common items at all in the game. It means 5,000 strikers, 5,000 railguns, 5,000 antimatter guns, and so on for each item.
That's fancy. You actually answered his next question. So good job, Alex. You got a 2-for-1 there, buddy. Well done. Okay. This one from Captain Morgan now. What is the cost at each level to merge an item? What all is needed at each level to merge an item?
So there are no final numbers yet. That's why we didn't add those tables in the wiki. But once we finalize calculations, at least first version, before launching the economy, we will share and put on wiki pages as well. But shortly there will be some amount of cash. It's in-game currency if you merge into in-game items, right? But if you merge into digital collectibles, then it also will require fusion cores if it's a rare rarity and above, and it will require some tokens as well. But exact numbers we'll publish later on Wiki, and obviously with polishing, with more balancing passes, it will be updated based on data from this game.
I love it. I love it. Okay, this one comes from Gundrak, one of our newest and most impressive VR bosses. They went absolutely crazy the last couple playtimes, especially in that tournament weekend series we had. This is their question. I'm going to answer this question. One, I know you can, Alex, as well, but I think it's super delicate, and I want to really emphasize the premise of why I'm answering it this way. So Gundrak's question is, when it comes to the PC bosses versus VR bosses, will they be scored differently in the tournaments / have the same leaderboard, or will they be scored the same / under the same leaderboard? So Vadim, do you mind? If I'm cool, can I take it, Vadim?
Yeah, you can take it. I just want to say that, and I stated it previously, like the current plan is to additionally reward VR bosses, specifically with the Web3 assets. So like you getting those sponsor marks. The current plan is like to give VR, specifically VR bosses, sponsor marks after the battle, and sponsor marks are super valuable. So like because we really think that playing the game in VR is hard as hell, but also it is the most fun way to play the game. So we if you're working out like this, as Sci-Fi High is doing it, I think you really you really earned those like valuable assets.
100%. 100%. So yeah, Vadim, he literally emphasized everything I was going to say. So like, again, in short, guys, VR bosses will always reap the most rewards. Always. They're the crown jewel of our game. They are why we built this game. The experience, the immersiveness is the pinnacle of what boss fighters should be. And so always VR bosses will reap the most rewards and benefits. Straight up. Straight up. So we don't want you guys ever to be worried about that whatsoever. We got your back, VR bosses forever. And again, the reason we're bringing the PC boss mode into the game is just to incorporate more players having the ability who maybe don't own a VR to be able to, create more lobbies, to have more gameplay, to be able to make it so more people can play the game at a time, and ultimately, continue to foster and grow our amazing community and ecosystem, that we've built brick by brick with the help of each of y'all. So we're so grateful for y'all. But yes, VR bosses always, 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 always 100%, forever and ever will reap the most rewards in boss fighters. Okay, next question. This one comes from Onizuka. Onizuka, at some point in time, is there going to be any guild-based features implemented in the game? And do we have any public info released yet about the airdrop, like what we need to do to qualify, etc.? A lot of airdrop questions.
Yeah. So just another thing to add about the airdrops. I think next week or maybe in a week, like after next week, they're gonna be a Twitter activity because we need to grow our socials even more because like this is basically a requirement to get a successful launch with the token, especially at this time. So there will be some activities and very interesting activities. We're gonna expand them, and you can qualify for airdrops by helping us bring more community members to the Discord, to the X profile, to other socials. So just stay tuned for announcements. Everything's going to be announced, and this is one of the ways how you can get into the airdrops. Regarding the guild features, we had a lot of ideas about the guild features when we just started the development. And when you start development on the game, you have all these amazing ideas. You have this grand vision of the enormous scale project that you 100% gonna make. But when you move towards through the development process, you realize more and more that you cannot have everything at launch. So I can say that we want to have more social features in the game, and we add in the basic ones, like the things that you were asking, and more advanced social features like guilds are coming after the launch. Not sure when, but we have these plans.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, Metasander. Next question from Metasander. Wow, I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. So good to see you. Question: are we going to have any community-based driven events in the future, and how can BF teams support these kind of events? Also, is there any utility for Alpha Pass holders?
So Alpha Pass holders, we opened up all those Alpha Passes. So the contents of the Alpha Passes, if you have them, you will be eligible for the airdrops, like various airdrops, and you can find the details, like not all the details, but important details are already in the wiki. We're gonna have more community-driven events. Like we preparing this big launch of a huge update. It's working really nicely. Like I like that. Finally, it's working on the meta quest. It's like super optimized. So like we're happy with the state of the development right now. And when we launch this, obviously we're gonna have a lot of events. And yeah, we basically gearing up for the launch. So you can expect a lot more activities here in Discord and on other platforms, and more playtimes.
Absolutely. And guys, like, I'm gonna say it too, man. I feel like a lot of you, definitely have a good understanding of how we operate this community. And a lot of you definitely have a very strong understanding of me, how I operate, and kind of my core values as community. And you guys know that I love events. I absolutely love events. I think they're super important. And all the events that we're gonna do, especially when this game is launched, they're gonna be incredible, right? Like, and we're totally open. We're open to all sorts of stuff, man. Like we've had, someone reach out wanting to do, a LAN tournament event, at their PC shop they own for boss fighters. We're gonna support that. We have multiple guilds that want to do guild wars and stuff like that. We'll support that. As well as obviously our own internal event systems. Like you guys saw with the original tournament that we ran, that was super successful. We learned a lot, and you guys went crazy for that. So we understand and we know how much you guys love events, how much you guys love collaborations. And so, I can confirm that, they're only going to get bigger and better. And there's always going to be a plethora of events from everybody to, explore, have fun, achieve, and to compete in along those lines. So we got you covered there 100%. Next question. Okay, this one comes from Ferocis. All right, this is a good question because it comes directly from the white paper. So they ask, what does this mean? Players who receive their utility cosmetics, digital collectibles, and in-game items during the closed alpha stage of the game are entitled to an additional pleasant bonus, a special set of higher value perks for these items. So I guess they're just looking for more clarity on what exactly that means. Vadim, Alex Vadim?
Yeah, you faded away like with the last few words. Can you repeat?
Oh, no worries. Yes, so players who received their utility cosmetics, digital collectibles, and in-game items during the closed alpha stage of the game are entitled to an additional pleasant bonus, a special set of higher value perks for these items. They're asking basically, what does that mean?
Yeah, that basically means that as it's stated in the wiki, so those digital collectibles will have the enhanced versions of value perks, giving you more points, essentially resulting in the better rewards in the game. But also, not only that, as you can see, like those are stated on these pages. So you're getting the badges airdrop, you're getting discounts. So we want to honor all people who supported us during this, like the closed alpha, the alpha period of the game, were with us from the beginning, and that's why, like, it's obvious that we want to have, like, we want to grant you additional bonuses for owning these assets.
Well done, well done. Okay, next question. This is a good one. This is a really good one. Why was the choice made to make badges be able to break?
So this is sort of we see it more as and let's just distinguish two things. So the normal badges that have different rarities, they don't break. So you can dismantle them. I think, yeah, we have this option when you like craft them and merge together, like you free up the previous crafting slot of the previous rarity, and like you like making your way up the rarity ladder with the badges. But the supply of those badges is like limited, right? So with a disposable badge, it's more of a tool of converting traditional gamers to Web3 gamers, like onboarding those traditional gamers to Web3. And we don't want to have like additional hurdles for players that want to experience like the Web3 part of the game and the coolness of like digital collectibles, like the NFTs and the tokens. So we designed this disposable badge. And why it has to have a timer? So looking at big time, we actually don't want to end in a situation when a lot of players just hoarding those hourglasses, like the cracked hourglasses, and waiting for the token price to go up, like to then dismantle them. So it's not about the gameplay. I don't think it's about the gameplay. It's like competing on the market, and we don't want that to happen actually. So instead, we see this badge, a disposable badge, as an onboarding tool, like how to onboard a traditional gamer to Web3. Hey, just have an OpenLoot account, play the game. You don't need to have anything like like do something in the game, maybe like compete in some events, or maybe you spend the flex, the premium currency, and then there's a chance you can get this disposable badge. And then you play the game, you get the tokens, and you're gonna craft, and you go craft items. And by the way, like at least the current design, and this is like this wasn't mentioned in the wiki right now, but we want to make at least the initial cost of crafting quite cheap. So it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to craft a common digital collectible, because we believe that giving access to as many players as possible to most of the economy features is really important and really healthy for the game economy. Instead, we more focus and this is like where Alex maybe might talk a little bit more about. Instead, we focus on more of like the transactions volume or more engagement. So we want to keep the market going. We want to keep people like trading items instead of like hoarding a lot of tokens to craft like super rare item that cost like you a huge amount of tokens. So we don't want this to happen. Instead, we really focus on like the speed of the economy.
Perfect. Alex, any other thoughts you wanted to add on that?
Yeah, that's totally right what Vadim said. So the core price of items, I mean price of crafting, of merging, it's relatively low. And the main part of prices is formed by perks that you have on items. So if you're lucky enough to get a nice token bonus perk, your item goes in price up. Not just because it's expensive to make in the game, right? It's still cheap, but because of mean of that perk, because of efficiency of that perk, it means items valuable. And if like base merge and crafting prices are relatively low, we can make sure that market moves, items recycling, items recirculating there. They not stay on one place. Players can experience new perks. Everyone can participate in merging. It's affordable to everyone, and so on. So we don't put that, how to say, entrance requirement in having, I don't know, $200 to start doing something, right? We're trying to make it dynamic and as much affordable as possible without damaging the whole game economy.
Oh, and by the way, you can expect more perks added in the future updates. So
Yes.
This is something that once we start introducing new mechanics to the game, those will come with additional value perks that will appear on the items. So that means that there will be always an opportunity for you like to go back and like get those like pre-season items and then maybe dismantle them, get some fusion cores, craft them once again, and receive new set of perks. So this is the way how we want to keep things fresh. So yeah, one of the things.
That's huge. That's huge. So folks, all right, guys, there's still like literally, I think like 100 more questions. We've gone over time today. I want to make sure, that everyone does feel their voices heard. So we are going to be ending the town hall, but what we will be doing, if your question was not answered, feel free to dive into feedback. All right. So feedback playtest. Okay. That might be a good spot just because I don't want to have general, like super convoluted. Any question that you had that wasn't answered, just copy and paste your question from here, put it in feedback playtest, and then tag myself, Vadim, and or Alex just for, insight. Vadim, CEO, founder, Pixword Games. Obviously, we don't want him flooded. We're all super busy working on some stuff. But yes, he'll answer questions he can. Vadim, what
I
was
actually
that?
think, Brian, it's better to keep it in the questions thread. So we have this announcement, white paper released, and Eugene created a thread there, and we have this questions. Yeah, maybe we can just have this in this announcement. So instead of putting them somewhere else, so this way we're gonna have them all in one place. So let's do this. Just post your questions into this questions thread under this recent announcement, the white paper released, and yeah, we're gonna try to answer it. And this can really help us to know what you guys still want to know, and we can prioritize things. So basically, we have this plan for the second iteration of the wiki. So what kind of things we still want to add there. So putting those questions in this thread will help us to prioritize some things.
Yep. And we have it linked. To the town hall. You'll see Merlin just put it there. Thank you, Merlin. What a saint. Click that little questions thing. It'll take you right to the thread in the announcement as well. So if your question was not answered yet, again, we apologize, but we will answer them. I promise. There's not enough hours in the day, man. Our community's getting so big, which is amazing. It's a good problem to have, folks. It's a good problem to have, but your voice is heard. We appreciate you all so much. Copy and paste your question if it was not answered into that thread, and we'll make sure it gets answered. On behalf of the BF team, guys, we're so appreciative of you all. We're so excited for what's coming. We're excited for the future. Lots of big things are on the way, and none of this would be possible without each and every single one of y'all. So we're so grateful for all of you so much. So seriously, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Vadim, any final thoughts, words you want to share?
Yeah, I'm just happy that everything is happening the way it is. So we're doing really great in terms of we're moving towards this new build that we hopefully gonna share with you guys really soon. I really like how the economy is coming together, and we're working together with Alex and a few other designers on this. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting us. Post your questions. There will be more information disclosed. We're actually gonna start posting some, teasing some stuff in the next few weeks after the tournament ends. So obviously, I think everyone wants to know how the new map looks like, what kind of new weapons are we getting. So yeah, stay tuned. Cool stuff is coming.
Absolutely, folks. New map on the way. All sorts of other awesome stuff is on the way. And reminder, we do have a giveaway. That's right, we have a giveaway. Even if we didn't read or answer your question, if you asked one, you will still be considered for the giveaway. We'll make sure to have the winners of the giveaway announced either tomorrow or on Monday. We have a lot of stuff going on, but we'll siphon through as much as we can. I want to make sure I read every question and make sure that we really give everyone a fair opportunity to win this awesome giveaway that we got going on. So we appreciate dude, they're hype as hell. Vadim, they're blowing up. They're blowing up. All right, guys, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We're so thankful for y'all. And until next time, we'll see y'all soon. As always, if you're a fighter, keep on fighting on. If you're a boss, keep on bossing. Until next time, we will see y'all soon, folks. Peace.